Confirmed separation. Main engines throttling up, guidance converged.
Integrity, guidance converged, performance nominal, upper stage RCS ready.
Copy all, Stan.
Integrity, SM priming complete.
SM priming complete.
2 minutes 45 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. Thrusters on integrity and upper stage confirmed in a ready state ahead of service module fairing separation. Three minutes into the flight, integrity 49 miles in altitude, 78 miles downrange, now passing 5,000 miles per hour. Standing by for launch board system jettison.
Houston integrity, good last jettison, great view.
Copy, Justin. King Eco 8 plus 02.
We see you safe on board, Stan.
And Houston has you loud and clear on TV at the common line.
Outstanding, Stan. We have you the same.
3 minutes 50 seconds into the flight of Artemis 2, Wiseman, Glover, Cook, and Hansen cross the boundary to space with good comm checks. GPS signals acquired after last jettison now working on internal checks to verify accuracy. Flight Dynamics Officer analyzed the time of main engine cutoff, confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds, time of MECO.
Integrity, GPS processing.
Outstanding, Stan. We see the same, and we have a beautiful moonrise. We're headed right at it.
Approaching 5 minutes into the flight, Commander Reed Wiseman confirms he has visuals of his destination. GPS guidance, navigation, and control software finishes internal checks and sends to navigation channels.
Integrity, 3 engine press.
3 engine press.
On time, now passing 5 minutes 20 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. At this point, 3 good main engines are all that's needed to carry integrity to a nominal main engine cutoff target. Though at this time, we're seeing 4 good engines here in Mission Control Houston. Integrity, 75 miles in altitude, 330 miles downrange, approaching 10,000 miles per hour. Up.
Integrity, looking good at 6 minutes.
Same on board, Stan.
Good trajectory and engine performance. Booster officer will soon report the shutdown plan to Flight Director Judd Freeling, expected at the 7-minute mark. Integrity, 78 miles in altitude, 460 miles downrange.
Integrity, expect nominal shutdown.
Integrity copies nominal shutdown.
Six minutes 40 seconds of mission elapsed time. Shutdown plan is as expected. Again, the time of MECO was confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds into the flight. Seven minutes of mission elapsed time. Throttling down as we approach the abort once around option. Milestone at the 7-minute 30-second mark. Now 84 miles in altitude, 650 miles downrange, traveling more than 15,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, AOA open.
AOA open.
The window is now open for an abort once around option that would target splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Still following nominal ascent at this time. About 10 seconds remaining until the main engine cutoff of the Space Launch System core stage. Standing by for confirmation of MECO and core stage separation.
Integrity, nominal MECO, core stage separated.
We see the same on board, Stan.
Eight minutes 40 seconds into the flight, we have a nominal main engine cutoff heading in the right trajectory on the way to swing around the moon. Core stage has separated, done its job. The Space Launch System upper stage, the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, or ICPS, still attached to the Orion spacecraft. Nine minutes of mission elapsed time. Integrity crew of Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen now in orbit around the Earth at the beginning of their journey to the moon.
Terry Houston looking ahead to PRM numbers so far per the pad.
Copy that, Stan. Numbers for the pad.
Capcom and Stan Loves were now reminding the crew that the perigee raise maneuver time of ignition is as expected prior to booster ignition. That time being 49 minutes, 50 seconds of mission elapsed time.
There it is, the launch of Artemis 2. Jeff Velosin, tell us what we're seeing now. What were your impressions?
We're seeing like perfect space flight, well practiced, well rehearsed, professionally done, and almost amazingly just right off almost on exact time. So I think that's what we always dream of when we launch into space, but with a gazillion parts that could go wrong at any given moment, it hardly ever happens, and whether that doesn't cooperate, so just amazing. And just, it's almost, we were talking about, it's almost hard to believe we're sitting here watching that really happening, and that humans are really on their way to the moon.
It's just absolutely remarkable, amazing, really quite something to see. And I, nervous at every single stage, but it went off flawlessly, which is it's just so exciting to see. And I can imagine just how much pride everyone who's contributed to this mission is feeling right now.
And so at the stage that we're at now, what happens from here on out in the next several minutes?
Yeah, so we were talking about as they were launching, you heard of a number of things. They got rid of that launch escape tower. They can't use that anymore. They are safely on their way up into orbit. We heard about that they are communicating through the tracking and data relay satellite system. So instead of talking to the ground as they were at the beginning, you heard about Ponce de Leon up in St. Augustine, and that ground communication link isn't necessary now. They're talking to satellites in geostationary orbit that NASA has to communicate. Soon they'll move to the Deep Space Network when they get further out. But they're doing all the things to get themselves ready for space flight. They're not attached to the ground anymore, communication physically. But the other thing is, as they're getting ready to do all these things, they have to get their solar panels out. They've been running on batteries all this time. You heard right before launch that they disconnected the power cord from the ground. They started to run on their internal batteries. They're sized so that if they have a problem getting the solar panels out, they can last for a while. But here, I think in the next event coming up, I don't know how long it is, they'll be putting their solar panels out.
When it comes then to next steps, they automatically go to work once they achieve some type of stability, and they go right to it.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things that everybody that's listening, if you want to become an orbital mechanics expert, you've heard words like perigee, apogee, and all they're going to do is when they go out to their height of their orbit, which is called the apogee being the furthest away from Earth that they're getting on this particular orbit, if they speed up by firing their engines forward to speed up, they will raise the other end of the orbit. So what they're going to do is, if you want to be an orbital mechanicist, you get to the top of your orbit, you fire your engine to go faster, what will actually happen is the other side of your orbit will get bigger. And so instead of coming back close to the Earth, they'll now come back further away. And they'll then burn their engines again when they're close to the Earth. That will raise the other side of the orbit. So I always think of perigee as perilous. You're near the Earth, perigee. Apogee, it's like, I'm further away. But they'll burn at either end of that orbit. And so you want to be an orbital mechanics person, all you need to know. And going faster makes your orbit get bigger. You don't go up. You just go faster, and that makes the orbit get bigger. And that's how they'll get out to the moon, too.
So for what we're seeing now on camera, the next step is, you talked about solar aspects. So
solar rays will come out, and then they'll move from battery power to solar ray power. While they're in sunlight, and then they'll still have the batteries available, they'll be charging them so that when they're in the eclipse, when they're behind the Earth in darkness, they can use the batteries still.
Any impressions from what you've seen today, especially your history and the history of spaceflight with Apollo?
It was so flawless. I'm so curious to hear what people are thinking who were there watching it in person. I've been to some launches, some shuttle launches, and but with a rocket like SLS or with a Saturn V, so much force, so much thrust, so much so that if you're too close to it, the sound waves can kill you. But to witness that in person, I can't wait to hear the reactions of the people who are in Florida and who could really experience that launch firsthand.
We're showing you a video provided by NASA when it comes to the Artemis launch. Those in Florida just watch it.